I didn't really believe it at first, but more and more it seems like Taylor and Travis are going to get married at Madison Square Garden. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Do you really think that I would know someone personally that would be able to afford getting married at Madison Square Garden? Like, you know how much a wedding costs, and could you imagine how much it costs at Madison Square Garden? No, I do not know them personally. No, I am not invited. I will not be there. So here's the thing: when the Knicks were playing, like, there was extra security all around MSG. The game that Trump went to, there was like crazy security. Like, you couldn't go and stand outside MSG. Like, I could have gone and stood outside MSG for the other Knicks games, but not that one. But apparently they're putting all sorts of crazy security around, and people saw people setting up like a red carpet and then taking it down, and there's like weird trucks with things that say like garden scene or forest imagery, or there's a big rumor that she's building a castle within Madison Square Garden. And to be honest, it all kind of makes sense, right? Because no one can go into Madison Square Garden without a ticket, so I imagine that she's using some sort of like ticketing system with invites. And then, the fact that, like, you can't get like a drone shot, like, it's a way to kind of protect privacy, which, when she went to Jack Antonoff's wedding, that was like a disaster. They had a rehearsal dinner down on the Jersey Shore, LBI, and once word got out that Taylor Swift was at this rehearsal dinner, the restaurant was mobbed. Like, you would think that it was a concert. And I don't know what people expected. I guess people thought, oh, there's this many people, she'll probably come out and sing a song. But no, like, why would she do that? And it was weird and freaky. And, so, like, I think that there's a conversation to be had about wealth and, the billionaire class. But I also understand the desire for privacy, especially after all that happened. Jack Antonoff like mentions it on the new Bleachers album, which you should check out. That I think you would enjoy. Again, I really didn't want to believe it, but the police have kind of mentioned that something has happened at Madison Square Garden, but no one's able to talk about it. Apparently MSG employees were told that they can't come in that day, or like any day this week, without really being told a reason. Zoran has kind of like alluded to it, even if he said, no, I wasn't invited to something, so all the clues point to maybe she's getting married at Madison Square Garden. But, I don't really know. Mom, I wasn't invited because I don't know her, okay? Get with it, Mom.